account questions. We're going to look at a professional account question, and here this question from November 2018. November 2018, question number 5 board. That's where it starts. November 2018, question number 5 board. November 2018, question number 5 board. And I hope everyone is there. I hope everyone is there. I've already shared that. Okay. I hope everyone is there. So let's do this very fast. Let's do this very fast. Just a simple question. We shall not dwell under this. We shall not dwell under this very much. The question states, the following trial balance was extracted from the books of DD Associate, a firm of advocates, as at 30th September 2018. It's given the cost charged to clients, civil cases, criminal cases, or conveyance fee, preparation of wills. Those are charges. So that I term that as income. I term that as income to the advocate. Cases in progress as at 1st October 2017 was that we have client account, money held on behalf of clients, money held on behalf of clients. That is a liability or an asset. Money held on behalf of client. Is it a liability or an asset? Money held on behalf of the clients, they call it client account. Yes, it's a liability. Account payable, account receivable, general office expenses, furniture, fitting, and library books. You have cash at bank for the client's account and office. Capital, disbursement on behalf of client. Disbursement on behalf of client. That's another item that you need to note. Then we have drawings, salaries of office staff or to office staff, rent and rates, postage and telephone, printing and stationery. Then we have some additional information down there. We told that it is estimated that debt amounting to 165,000 might not be corrected and should be written off. Bad debt written off. That is as well an expense. Bad debt written off. It is an expense. And it as well reduces the receivable amount. It equally reduces the receivable amount. Then number 2, depreciation should be provided at the rate of 20% per annum on the book value of furniture, fitting, and library books. So the depreciation will be computed on this, and it will amount to the percentage rate is 20%. The rate provided is 20%. Cases in progress as of 30th September 2018 were valued at 705,000. Cases in progress, that means it's like work in progress, right? At the end of the period, then you're required to come up with a statement of comprehensive income for the year ended, that is September 2018. So this is a DD limited solution. DD limited, advocate, not limited, but now we are under advocate. DD advocate, statement of comprehensive income. For the year ended, for the year ended 30th September 2018. 30th September 2018. Yes, 30th of September year 2018. Year 2018. So as we said, you can have 2 columns. Shadings can be in 1,000. Shading sign 1,000 here. Shading sign 1,000. So income. So income for the advocate. Incomes. So from the income, we can see the charges. They charged for civil cases, criminal cases, of conveyance fee and preparation of will. So those charges are income to the to the article. Cost charged to client. Cost charged to clients. Cost charged to clients. Cost charged to clients. So for these, I can highlight them. Civil cases. Civil cases. Of criminal cases, all criminal cases, of conveyance fee, conveyance fee, preparation of will. Preparation of will, conveyance fee, preparation of will. So the amount here, I'll see that we're having 4250. What about criminal cases? Tuko ngapi? Is it 2450? 26340. 26340. The last one is 200. 200. What will be our next item, class? What will be our next item? So, that's total. I'll put here total 7500. Great. What will be our total here? Not our total, but our next step. Our next step here. You're still looking at income. Income. What else? Okay, Priscilla is telling us that closing WIP is part of income. Closing work in progress. And our closing work in progress, when you look at the last statement down there, we'll show that cases in progress are as at 30 September 2018, were valued at 705,000. So 705,000, so it will be 705. So closing WIP, allow me to just name it WIP, work in progress. It is 705. Any other item that will fall under that before we move to okay, we have to less. Yes, you can see we have work in progress at the start of the year, opening 2017 October. That's 1104. You less work in progress. You less that work in progress at the start. Work in progress at the start. Work in progress at the start. Yes. Work in progress at the start. It is 1104. 1104. Do we have any other item from your end? Can you see any other item that will fall under income? Do you see any other item that fall under income? Okay, according to Priscilla, she cannot find any other item from her end under income. I think we have exhausted our income section, and we can get the total income. What will be our total income? Before we go to the expenditure? Total income for DD. It is 7101. Thank you so much. Then we go to the expenditure. Expenses. You can say less expenses, so that we don't forget this. Less expenses. Now for me, I can start with an expense that is prone to be forgotten. An expense that you can easily forget. That is the way you do to make sure that you maximize the number of marks that you'll get. you start with the expense. You know, when you write these expenses, there are those items that may slip, and you forget them. You find that you forget them. Those are the items that you start with. And in most cases, I like starting with the item in the additional information. For example, in this case, if I look at additional information number 1, it is estimated that debt amounting to 165,000 might not be collected and should be written off. That is an expense. I just have to write that because I might forget that. So bad debt written off. I think we can name it that way. Bad debt written off. Bad debt written off ni ngapi? We can adjust under this column. It is 165, right? 165. Yes. Then we move to the other item. Depreciation should be provided at the rate of 20% per annum on the book value of furniture, fittings, and library books. So do we proceed and compute the depreciation, or before then we put all other expenses? That one need some workings, right? It needs some few workings here and there, though it's just simple. It's just simple workings. But let's put all the other expenses. Let's put all the other expenses. You can now give me those expenses. That you can trace from the question. So another expense is salaries. Salaries in Gabi 2160. I'm being given a salary of 2160. Any other item? Rent and rates. Yeah. Rent and rates. Ningapi. Rents and rates ningapi. 1800. Move to the other side. Rent and rates 1800. This is shillings in thousand here. Shillings in thousand. I hope it's visible. Great. Postage and telephone. Postage and telephone. 546. Then we go to general expenses, 255. General expenses, 245. 240? No. General expenses is not 245. It is 255. 255 from Meridian. 255. Any other item? Printing and stationery. These are very many. Printing and stationery. Remember, whatever you put as a right entry, as a correct entry, that's a mark. You are printing some marks. Once you put a correct entry, that is a mark. And remember, it is not always that you should get all of them for you to get the full mark. No, you have to. You can get even half of the entries, and then you see you will get all the marks. But it is always good to make sure that you maximize your entries, your correct entries. So any other expense that maybe we have left, except for the depreciation and so on? Any other expense? Okay, I can see people are talking of depreciation now. That means we have exhausted all the expenses. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Depreciation, we were told to be applied on the furniture. Okay, all these items are in one place. Cumulative. The furniture, fitting, and library books. So we apply just 20% of that. 20% of that. So 20% of what is the amount now here? And remember, you are computing this. You see, examiner is very, very, yes, you need to remember that. You need to remember that you are applying this on 1350, right? The 1350. So depreciation, people are getting to 70, million to 70, million to 70, million to 70. So can you tell me the other amount of this is a non-current asset. Okay, they fall under non-current assets, these items. The remaining amount, once we less the depreciation, 1350 minus 270, hiyo amount tutapeleka wapi? Itatumika wapi? Depreciation of all that items of furniture, fitting, and library books. Furniture, fitting, and library books. Ilikuwa 270. Tutapeleka wapi? Non-current assets. Yes, for balance sheet. Yes. Now, are we done with our expenses? Are we done with our expenses? So we remaining with something? We done? You can see we done, right? So what's the total? Who's the total? Who's the total? Who's the total? Go to the balance sheet and then we finish up. 62.46. I'm getting 62. 46, 62, 46, 62, 40. Now 45 inatoka wapi now? 62, 46. So we lessen this to get either surplus or deficit. Surplus or deficit of 855. 855. So it's a surplus. Of course, it's a surplus. That's a surplus of 855, and you can mark for yourself. You can mark for yourself as we proceed to the delimited statement of financial, advocate. Tumezoea na companies, advocate. The advocate statement of financial position. Note for your financial position as at 30th September 2018. Limited. Unajua ukishaandikia examiner heading hivi, then you start your work, for sure anaona huyu mtu anajua chenye anafanya. Watu wengine huwa tunapata kwamba hata hajaandika heading, ameanza kazi na hujanoa jembe. Inakuwa ngumu sana. Kazi na hujanoa jembe. Sawa. So we start with the non-current assets. Of course, non-current assets. Current assets. So under non-current asset, the items that we have ni ngapi? Now, furniture, fitting, and library books will be our first item. Is that correct? Yes. Furniture, fitting, and library books. Furniture, fitting, and library books. And now these will be 1350 minus 270. We record the book value. The book value, people give me 280. I hope that is that. No, 1080. 1080. Aha. Any other item that fall under non-current? Any other item that you can trace falling under non-current? Priscilla tombia hapana, hakuna. We don't have any other item. What we have is a lot of current assets, right? A lot of current assets. So current assets. A lot of very many current assets items. So, let's have them. The current assets item tupate tuanze wapi? Account receivable, tuanze hapo, account receivable, right? Okay, closing with Hiyo inaweza saulika sana. Closing WIP na account receivable. Closing ni kama closing inventory. Hii ni kama sasa inventory. You know, we pick the inventory at the end of the period. So still, now here we have the closing WIP. It's closing WIP. Account receivable. You are good. You are good. We have cash and bank. Cash and bank. Tell me, for the cash and bank, how are we going to do? I can see we have for the client and for the office. For the client and for the office. What are we going to do? You pick both. I want to be office. Cash and bank, huh? Okay. Good. Yeah. Now you combine the cash and bank for both client and the cash in the client account and the office. You'll be getting a certain value there. So closing WIP was 705. Can adjust this to 705 here. Account receivable ni ngapi? Account receivable ni ngapi? 2440, right? 2440. I hope that is the correct one. I've not messed that. 2275, hiyo ni cash, right? Hiyo ni total ya cash, right? Hapana, tuwezi record hivyo na tuko na bad debt written off. We cannot record that. Yes. 2440 minus 165. Yes, thank you so much. 2440 minus 165. Yes, we cannot record that. So it will be 2275. 2275. Is that correct, really? The result of this, is it 2240 or 2275? 2275. Yeah, we have to reduce that. The bad debt that were written off. So we don't expect the company or the advocates, these people to get what? This 165. At 2415. Hiyo ni gani Alon? Hiyo ni gani? Tunaona vitu mingi hapa. Or cash. Cash is 2415. 2415. So cash and bank. So 2415. Being given 2415. Great. Then we proceed. Now we have client account. Money held on behalf of client. Money held on behalf of client. Money held, a disbursement on behalf of client. Disbursement on behalf of client. Disbursement on behalf of client. That means that is an asset. That is an asset. And then money held on behalf of, that is a liability. So disbursement on behalf of client, hiyo ni ngapi? Napewa 360. 360. Any other item that will fall under this? Class, once we are through with this question, the other question for, is it August 2022? I think these people picked, they picked these and then they changed some figures. So, so we don't have any other item under that. So what should be the total here now? For you people, you usually give me the total asset. There's no day you have ever given me this to make it align. You usually give me the total. I'm around here. 57, 55. I hope that is the total current asset, right? 57, 55. Today you have given me, you know, people, you have never given me this. I don't know why. You usually give me the total. And now total assets, itakuwa ngapi? 6835. Total assets. 6835. 6835. Great. Who got that? Who got that? Nani alipata hiyo? Nani alipata hiyo? Great. Great. That is very nice. That is very nice. We have 4 out of 20. That is a quarter. A fifth. 4 out of 20 plus mwalimu. Mwalimu also got that. That is 5 out of 20. Which is a quarter. Eish, a quarter. A quarter. Not really. We go to the other side of the equity and liability. You can put equity and liability. Equity and liability. Equity and liability. So under this, what is our great. The number is increasing. That is very nice, very nice. And that is very encouraging. That is very encouraging. Under the equity and liability, what is our capital? What is our capital? Do we have capital? Yes, I can see 6220 capital direct, right? Capital ni 62. Hizi tunawekaga mwisho zote. Sijui kama mnaangalia the format, hizi una zote mwisho, Capital. Then we have this. What is it? This the surplus. You can say surplus. Surplus me 855. Any other item? Any other item under that? Any other item? Any other item? Item nyingine pale iko namna gani na ni gani? Or we move to, do we have non-current liabilities in the question really? Do we have non-current liability in the question really? We less drawings, great. Less drawings. Tusema kwamba drawing ni ngapi? 1800, right? 1800 sawa. Being told that drawing is 1800. We move to this side. Shillings are 1,000 here. Total 52. Okay, total equity and sawa. Sema total equity. Ama total the shareholders equity. Ndio hiyo tunapewa 52.75. Do we have non-current liabilities? Non-current liabilities. Non-current liability tuko nazo kweli? Nope. So hatuna. So in this case, nope. But we have current liabilities. Current liability tuko nazo kama account payable hapa. Account payable ni ngapi? Account payable ni ngapi? Account payable ni ngapi? 816. Then money held on behalf of client. Money held on behalf of clients. Yes. 744, right? I hope it's 744. Naendelea tu vizuri. Any other item? Should I really look at disbursement on behalf of client capital, right? Doing salaries, okay. Any other item that is pending? Accruals? We don't have any other. So I don't know. Is it balancing delay? Na mimi niliwaambia kwamba please don't waste your time. That umefika hapa umeanza kufanya ati kuongeza zile vitu. You are wasting your time. Please acha mahesabu zako zote bila hizi, acha bila hizi. Wewe ukifika hapo enda kwa next question tafadhali. Enda kwa next question. Ukifika hapa si ushaweka entry zako vizuri. Hata ile whatever. Sasa tuseme for example, hii entry unaona hii utaitumia hapa, right? Utaitumia wapi? Hii total utaitumia wapi? What is it? This one 855. Hii ni one mark. Unaweza kwanza wachana tu nayo kwanza kwa sababu we're not looking at the perfection. Hapana. Entries. Kwani hizi entries zote ondoa moja tu. Utakuwa umepata hiyo swali yote. All the marks, please. Hapo ndio watu wengi huwa wanapotezea wakati. Ati unajaribu kubalance, kubalance nini? Hapana. Do not go to that direction of looking at the balancing. Financial reporting kupita ni rahisi sana, eh? Don't expect you people to fail this. Umepata 6835. 6835. So do not waste your time looking at the balancing of the question. What you want to see is whether do you know how to treat the bad debt written off? Do you know how to treat goodwill? Do you know how to treat the account payable, receivable? Disbursement to the client, money held on behalf of the client. Those are the important things. You understand? Are we together up to that point now? You understand? Now, people, are you comfortable doing the other question? I don't want us to dwell here so much. I want us to I want us to go to the agriculture. Tafadhali, try the other one, and then I'll give you a challenge here. There was a question of the same tested in a certain, let me see, tested in 2011 June. Hiyo ilikuwa come up with the cash book kwanza. You come up with the cash book, client account, then debts or debtors, a disbursement account, the 3 account, and then you proceed to the statement, income statement, and the balance sheet. Hiyo ni challenge, eh? Tutafanya hiyo kama our revision. So before we get to our revision, please go and attempt. It was tested in June 2011, and it was question number 2. So that's a challenge. June 2011, question number 2. June 2011, question number 2. And then you can go and check. I think, was it, there was still another question, and the same. September 2021, go and check September 2021, whether there is such a question, September 2021. Now, June 2011. Yeah, I think those are the questions that this is question 2. I think kata hii ikuwe 5 or 5. So let's go and attempt those questions. So we're having a very long holiday. Tomorrow is on a Friday, right? So most of you will not go to work. I've remembered something now. Let's see how we can solve this. Farm account. Farmers as well do prepare their accounts. Farmers equally prepare their accounts. Farmers equally prepare their accounts. Farm accounting. So farm. It's a very interesting topic here. Accounting. Farm accounting IAS 41. So if you go for an interview and then the interviewer asks you which standard govern farmers when preparing their financial statements, it is International Accounting Standard 41. International Accounting Standard 41. International Accounting Standard 41. So this is a very simple topic. It's a very simple subtopic that we're going to complete by tomorrow. So you can have this and say that it refers to the cultivation of animals, plant and other life from food and drugs. It refers to cultivation. It refers to cultivation of animals, plant and other life from food and drugs. You know, watu wanalima drugs pia, wanalima chakula pia. Full stop. Farming is also known as agriculture / husbandry. Farming is also known as, I don't want me to repeat. So it refers to cultivation. Refer to cultivation of animals, plant and other life, life from food and drugs. Farming also known as farming is also known as agriculture / husbandry. Husbandry. There are various challenges facing the farmers or the farming account. There are various challenges. For example, in differentiating how maybe to account for a certain service that was provided, either provided by the owner or the employees. You wonder now, if you sell milk, now how do you consider that? How do you consider that when preparing the account? But we are going to see that all family members. Oh, uandiki yo. I'm a family members. Yes, you wonder now, how do you account all those items? Family member, they have drunk 10 liters of milk. Now, how do you account that? Is it an expense to the farm, or how do you record? Those are some of the challenges that do affect the farm accounting. Some of the challenges that do affect the farm accounting. We have manure from livestock. We have the maize stock from plant. Now, balancing all those things, they are the challenges that farmers do face. But the standard governance and tell us of how to account for such items. Marcelina anasema those are drawings. Okay, we shall see. There are the standard will guide us on how to account for such items, Umeona relative amekuja, umemwekea maziwa lita 2. Now how do we account for that? Relative. You as the owner, you've given your employee, when unafanya kazi kwa shamba, umewapatia chakula. How do you account for that food? You know, it's difficult. It's difficult, but at the end of the topic, you shall have seen how we do account for those items. How do we do account for those items? How do we do account for those items? For example, if we look at the family labor, let's look at the family labor. How do we account for family labor? So there are 5 things that you need to understand how they are accounted. Once you're done with those, itakuwa sawa. You'll have the knowledge of how you'll be accounting for them. Family labor. The farmers, family members have took jembes, pangas, have gone to till the land. They have gone to till the land now. Such a labor, how do we account it in farm account? How do we account it? For example, what can you say? Family labor. Family labor. Wameenda wamefanya kazi. Still the same, watakunywa maziwa. Watakunywa maziwa kutoka kwa ng'ombe. Wafanya kazi kwa shamba, wamepalilia plant. So hiyo tunaiaccount kama nini? Ama kama ni wewe, ungeiaccount kama nini? Kama nini? Capital. Lilian angeiaccount kama capital. Amechukua in that order of the shareholders chenye wana contribute ni nini? Ni capital. Okay, sawa. CPA angesema ni expense. Sawa. CPA angesema that is an expense. Family labor. Okay, so they need to be paid. All okay, we shall see. So you say this, just say this. This is usually valued at market price. It is usually valued at market price and considered as an expense as follows. Nataka mnote hapo vizuri ya. This is usually valued at market price. Wakati we talking of the labor provided by the family. Sijui kama kwenu, no, everyone ametoka village. Hata kama uko town, umetoka village, right? Na hii village kama kwetu tulikuwa tunapimiwa 20 by 20. Wanaita square, 20 by 20. Na hii 20 by 20 we were being paid during that time. Ilikuwa kitambo 200. This is what we're talking over, the market price. Sijui kwenu, kuna wengine nasikia wanapimiagwa na 15 by 15. 15 by 15. Are you aware of such? Are you aware of such an activity? Yes. 15 by 15 maybe munalipishana. So it is measured using the market price. So kama 20 by 20 na go at 200. Sahi haiwezi go at this. Sahi mambo imekuwa tricky. Sahi hata haijatosha unga moja, hapana. Sahi at least najua wame increase maybe 350. Unga na mboga. Footsteps kadhaa ndio hiyo. Walikuwa wanakanyanga 20, anaenda 20 hivi. Ndizo hizo sasa Alon. Yes. Anakanyanga mpaka unashangaa kama utamaliza. Kama hujaifanya hii, wewe hujakaa kwa village. Alon, inaonekana unajua hii maneno sana Kuna mwingine atakanyanga na gambut Unajua gambut sasa inaongezea pale mbele Gambut ni mrefu. Sasa unakuta kwamba hiyo kitu wamepima ni kubwa than what you expected. Anavaa ile gambut kubwa. Unajua ni shamba yake, anataka aishe haraka. So what do you expect? Serelak tukae wapi? Wale wa Serelak wakae nje ya tent. Great. Now the fact here is that it's measured using the market price. Is using the market price and considered as an expense considered as an expense. So kuna mmoja alituambia expense, eh? So we debit labor expense, debit labor expense, and credit capital account. We credit capital account. The two people give us the complete of the account, the entry. Number 2, farm produced, consumed by the owner and the family. Farm produce, consumed by the owner and the family. Be it milk, be it crops, maize, the family consume. How do we treat that? Is it an expense? Is it treated as a capital? Or how do we treat that? See, you say that this is valued at market price, so still you value this at market price. Gorogoro moja ya mahindi yenye wamekula ina cost ngapi kwa market? See, so it's valued at a market price. Maziwa lita moja inatoka ngapi kwa market price as well, right? So this is valued at market price and considered as sales and drawings. You see, it is valued at market price and considered as sales and drawings, and is recorded as follows. So it's considered as sales and drawings. It is considered as sales and drawings. Of course, you know that if you're talking about drawing, which account would be affected by drawing? Which account? Now you're talking about the income statement, because you shall be having that, and the balance sheet or the statement of financial possession. Which account will be affected by drawings? Or where do we record drawings, in other words? It's under balance sheet, right? The balance sheet. Under balance sheet. And let's wacha tuzoe kusema soft. Statement of financial position. The balance sheet ilikuwa kitambo, they changed the standard. Eh? So in this case, you shall be debiting the drawing account, and then we credit the sales account. But I would like you to note this. The same account that we are crediting is the respective account or department. Respective account or department. Now, what do I mean by this? If you're dealing with milk, we're going to credit livestock account, because we shall be having the livestock account and the plant account. Plant now stand for the cash crops, plant account. So if you're dealing with milk, fall under livestock account. If you're dealing with maize, fall under plant account. We shall see. Then we move to the next item. Farm produce consumed by workers. Number 3, farm produce consumed by workers. Sasa hapa umepatia workers. So you say that it's considered as sales as long as it is considered as sales. Kama ni mimi wewe ningeandline hizo sales and as a labor expense, and as a labor expense. Labor expense is considered a sale or as labor expense. It is recorded as follows. You debit labor expense account and you credit sales. You credit sales account. You credit sales account. Credit sales account. Then we move to the next item. Interdependent of various departments. Interdependent. This is number 4. Interdependent of various departments. Interdependent of various departments in the field various departments, a minute, interdependent of various departments in the farm output from one department okay, this one you can say from one department output from one department in the farm. Output from one department is input in the other department. Is input in the other department. Sasa tuko shambani. Who can tell me what is an example of an input, maybe in livestock department, that will be an output? An output. Aha, Kadina Tombia manure. Yes, manure is an output. Manure is an output from livestock department, but it is used as an input in the farm. That is what to say. Then the farm can give the maize stock to be used as food for the livestock. That is what we're talking of interdependent. Yes. Interdependent. They're depending on each other. Important note. Department giving out, consider this as a sale. This is very important. Department giving out, consider this as a sale. Department giving out, consider it as a sale. So under the sales of that department, we expect it to increase by the amount. You know, they value that according to the market price. Manure inauzwa pesa ngapi? Market price. And then department receiving, consider this as a purchase. And vice versa. So this is a note. No need of maybe writing down. In accounting for farm activities, if a farm has various activity, a revenue account for each activity is prepared before a general income statement is prepared. A revenue account is prepared before a general income statement is prepared. So if the farm has various activities, first of all, they prepare the revenue account. Or you want to write this, So I just write it down then. In accounting for farm activities, if the farm has various activities, if the farm has various activities, a revenue account for each activity is prepared. A revenue account for each activity is prepared before a general income statement is prepared. A revenue account for each activity is prepared. A revenue account for each activity is prepared. A revenue account for each activity is prepared before the general income statement is prepared. Now, this is what it means. This is what it means. If the farm is having both activity, livestock activity, they are rearing livestock, and also they are having crops. They are dealing with the crops. So you're going to have the livestock revenue account and crop revenue account. Of course, once we adjust all the items, at the end, we're going to get the profit or the profit from livestock, and then profit from the crop, Now, the profit that you get here, and the profit that you get here, it's the one that we take to our general income statement. Shall see. General income statement. Now, there's something I want you to note from the word go. Now, under the general income statement, I come here and say from livestock account. Now, remember, these are our sales. They are our sales from livestock account. I just indicate imetupatia nini from crop account tumepata nini revenues. These are revenues or sales. Revenue from livestock account, from crop account tunaweka pale. Tunaongeza any other income, any other general income if there is. Kama hakuna, tunasonga, tunarest the expenses. It is always good to note those items that are affecting the livestock department only. Items that are related to the livestock department only, as well as those are related to the crop department only. When preparing the specific revenue account, you're going to look at the items only affecting livestock. On the other hand, those items affecting crop departments are going to be indicated there. Examiner will tell you, examiner will elaborate and show you that this item, if we talk of Napier grass, which account will be affected by Napier grass? If we talk of Napier grass. Sasa hapo, Napier grass. Napier grass, hii inakula Napier grass, ndio? Inaweza pandwa because of this, lakini imepandwa wapi? Kwa shamba, right? So we shall see those contradicting issues that may arise, and then we see the specific thing to record. So here we deal with the specific expenses and so on. If we talk of fertilizer for Napier grass, so we see that. Jackson sema contract sawa. Fertilizer for Napier grass, fertilizer for maize. See, so we shall see how to deal with those. Then under general income, we shall not put if we have already prepared the revenue account for each department. So under the general income statement, we just bring in the general items. The item that is not specific to the livestock or to the crop. That is what we bring here. I pose another question here to you. What if these people, the farmer give to charitable society, or amechukua a bag of 90 kg of maize amepeleka to the charitable. places. Hiyo tutaitreat kama nini? Amechukua a bag of, amechukua maziwa 10 liter amepeleka. Drawing. For saying drawing. Amechukua pia maziwa amepeleka kwa relative. Vitu kama hizo ndizo utapata nazo So in that case, before we address that, or we can address that before we write what I want us to write down. That's what I want us to write down. Just write this as number 5, that produce donated we treat as sales and as an expense in the income statement. That is a big note. Produce donated we treat as sales and as an expense in the income statement. So it's a sale and as an expense in the income statement. Great. Have an NB. Tumesema kwamba produce donated, they're treated as sales or revenue and as an expense in the income statement. When we talk about the income statement, that is the general income statement. So when you talk of hiyo sale yenye tunaongelelea, itaenda kwa specific. Kama ni maziwa, itaenda kwa livestock kama sale. Itakuwa kwa livestock kama sale. Tumedonate maziwa, yes. It is a sale, treated as a sale. It is treated as a sale. Tumeuza, tumepatiana in fact. Tumepatiana mahindi. Itaenda under swap account under sale. When we come to the general income statement, now it will be treated as an expense. The same amount treated as an expense. Tutaziona when we will be doing a question. Tutaziona as we will be doing a question. In that regard, I want you to write a note here and say, according to International Accounting Standard 41, an entry should recognize an entry according to IAS 41, an entry should recognize a biological asset. For example, umeambiwa kuna cat. Hiyo cat. What do we call it in Kiswahili now? Mkokoteni, right? Mkokoteni. Siku hizi zingine zinaenda na watu, lakini kitambo zilikuwa zinaenda na punda, right? That's a biological asset. We treat it as a biological asset. It's an non-current asset, which is biological asset. So you record it under non-current assets. Hatuwezi sahau kwamba cat is being driven by an animal, right? So it's a biological asset. That is very important. The standard allows us to recognize that as an asset. So if even we given depreciation of the cat, we compute depreciation, then find the net book value, right? The net book when preparing the balance sheet or the statement of financial position. Our class, let's have a break of 5 minutes. With the farmer consider an item as a biological asset. Point number one, when do the farmer consider an item as a biological asset? So, check again. feedback. Thank you for the feedback. Oh. Great. You're genuine people. You're genuine people. That is very nice. That is very nice. Now I hope it's okay. Hope it's okay. Kumbe ilitoka wakati tulienda small break. Kumbe iliamua pia kwenda break kidogo, right? Iliamua kwenda break kidogo. Great. Now we're saying that examiner can ask you, when do the farmer consider an item as a biological asset? Consider an item as a biological asset. Point number one. Point number one. Point number one. Point number one. Entity control it as a result of past transaction. If the entity control that item as a result of past transaction. Entity control that item, control it as a result of past transaction. Number one. Number two, if it is probable that the future economic benefit, if it is probable that the future economic benefit will flow into the entity, future economic benefit will flow to the entity. Future economic benefit will flow to the entity. Number three, fair value stroke cost of the asset can be measured reliably. If the fair value, when you talk of the fair value, is the same as the cost of the asset, right? Or the original cost of the asset. So if the fair value cost of the asset can be measured reliably, can be measured reliably, can be measured reliably. Can be measured reliably. Can be measured reliably. Great. Great. I think I can give you now the summary of the treatment of those peculiar items, right? I can give you the summary of the treatment of those peculiar items. It's up to you to know how you indicate them down or you put them down. So farm produce are consumed by the owner. So for the farm produce consumed by the owner, we treat that as a sale. It is treated as a sale to respective department, as well as the drawing, the same item, the same value, drawing to the statement of financial position. That is farm produce consumed by the owner or family. It is the sale to the respective department. Kama tunachukua maziwa, itaenda under livestock department, na itakuwa under sale, ita increase sales. When we go to the statement of financial position, we treat that as a drawing. Kwa pamoja, as far as the farm producer consumed by the owner or the family is concerned, are we together? It is treated as a sale to the respective department. Usisahau kwamba you must remember that it should be to that respective department. What am I dealing with? I'm dealing with milk, so livestock. I'm dealing with maize, so crops, to the respective department. So sales for that respective department is going to increase with that value. On the other hand, the same item, the same value is going to be used as a drawing in the statement of financial position. Number two, labor provided by the owner of the other or other family member. Labor provided by the owner or other family member. That one we say that we treat it as additional capital. It is an additional capital. So if we having capital in our details or our information, it is going to increase. It is going to increase by this value of the labor provided by the owner or other family member. So capital item inapatikana kwa statement of financial position. So that means that item will be taken to the capital and the statement of financial position. Still, we say that still that is treated as an expense. And this expense is subtracted from the major or the general income statement. It is treated as an expense and it's subtracted from the major general income statement. Then you go to the farm produce consumed by workers or employee. That is a sale. It's treated as a sale to the respective department. Treated as a sale to the respective department. Then it is as well an expense to the general income statement. Interdependent of departments. Interdependent of departments. This one people you gave me. For example, if I talk of manure, if I talk of manure, it will be a sale to livestock department, right? It is considered as a sale to livestock department, and manure is going to be used in the shamba, in the farm, right? To make the crop grow well, right? Therefore, the crop department consider that as a purchase. They have purchased from livestock department. The other way is true. When you talk of maize stock is coming from the shamba, from the crop. So we're taking it to be consumed by our livestock. Therefore, the livestock have purchased the maize stock and the crop have sold. So therefore, the sales for the livestock is going to increase, and the purchases under livestock is going to increase as well. I think that with that summary, you'll be able to proceed with any question that comes along. So let's prepare a revenue account and see how we do it. Let's prepare revenue account. Prepare revenue account. So these are just the format of preparation of revenue account. Revenue account. So utakuwa na sales. So you can combine all these. Milk, manure, calf. Sasa hii ni ya livestock. Milk, manure, calves. Sale. Waliuza hizo Haya. Then cost of sale. Can having opening inventory. Cost of sale. Opening inventory. We can adjust this. Here. Then we have add purchases. Then we less the closing inventory. That one we less. So we get something there. So where that we get there, we proceed by lessing our what? We less expenses. We less expenses. Specifically for that department. For example, in this case, if you look at this one, hii department ni gani? If you look at this one, you nimeweka 2 in that angle so that you get to understand. Then whatever that you get is the revenue. Hii department ni gani? Wameuza maziwa, wameuza manure, wameuza calf. Sasa sio ni livestock department. So livestock department, right? Therefore, the expenses should be specifically to livestock account. So the same case apply to the revenue account for the crop. Revenue account for the crop. I think that's all. I think that is it. Now we can move to a question. Great. A photo ya after break. Jenny anataka a photo ya after break. Now, a photo after break gani? After break tumeandika kitu ama somebody to assist Jane. So let's look at this question. November 2020. Tuone kama tunaweza, we have 24 minutes. I know 2 minutes ni za kutafuta swali. November 2020, let's look at this question. November 2020. We'll do it very fast, November 2020. November 2020, let me know whether you're there. November 2020, tumefika pale. Okay, all nako pale, great. Go direct to question number 5. Financial reporting, November 2020, question number 5. Go direct to question number 5. Go direct to question number 5. Ben, give me a signal whether you're there. Give me a signal whether you're there. Question number 5. Somebody can as well share with the group. Share with the group. Great. So that is the question. The following trial balance was extracted from the books of David Wekesa's farmer as at 31st October 2019. As at 31st October 2019. Somebody to assist with that question. And if we should, we say that you should download all those past papers from 2015 to 2023. Have them in your file. November 2020. Question number 5. David Wekesa. The man must do the farming of maize crop. So you can see all the information given. Inventory as at 1st November 2018, that is the starting, the opening, land building, tractor, net book value, other cattle, bulls, cats, net book value, purchases. We have dairy cattle, fertilizer for maize. They are specifying, fertilizer for maize, then fertilizer for napier grass. So if we say fertilizer for napier grass, does it go to livestock department or crop department? Fertilizer for napier grass, livestock department or crop department? Napier grass. Fertilizer for napier grass. Kwani nini inakula nini? Napier grass. Si ni livestock. Hapo ndio watu wengi ukosea. Unaona amekuwa specific. Fertilizer for maize. Maize ni a crop, right? So, if it's a purchase, we need to check which account will be affected. Maize seed, dairy cattle feeds. Sales, milk, dairy cattle, green maize, dairy cattle, manure, crop expenses, labor, other expenses. Other expenses, hiyo ina fall under the general. Hiyo ni general tu. Ama tumeambiwa ni ya nini? Ilikuwa ya crop, sawa. Napier grass, labor, general expenses, trade payable, capital, 1st of November 20, cash at bank, dairy cattle expense, machine, medicine, labor, other expenses, additional information, inventory, starting, closing inventory tuko nayo pale. Dairy cattle, maize, growing, other cattle, dairy cattle feeds, fertilizer for planting. During the financial year ended at 1st October 2019, the following distribution of farm produce were made. So maize consumed by family members, you can see. Maize consumed by family member. You know how to treat that. Milk delivered to relative hotel. Manure valued at 600,000 was removed from the cow shed and used in the maize plantation. Maize stocks valued at 1,500,000 were used as daily cattle feed. Cattle bulls are used for pulling carts. Depreciation to be provided on the tractor and cart on the reducing balance method at the rate of 25% and 12% per annum, respect to income tax expense estimated to be that 600,000. It's required to come up with the revenue account for the year ended 31st October 2019, and income statement for the year ended that date, and then statement of financial position as at 1st October 2019. As at 1st October 2019. First of all, we can start with the workings. And then see how we can move this. So in this regard, I start with additional information. Start with additional information number. Number one, wachana nayo kwanza. Twende additional information number 2. Additional information number 2. Additional information number 2. Maize consumed by family members. Maize consumed by family members. Tulisema zinatumika namna gani? Maize consumed by family member. Maize consumed by family member ni 1080. Is it 1080? Yes. This 1080 of course 1,000. Nataka mtu aniambie tunaipeleka wapi na wapi. Two things are involved. Drawing revenue crop. I like the way Jackson is being specific. That and the revenue account of crop, we're going to use it as a what? As a sale. Yes. Of course, sale and revenue ni sawa. Vile tu umetumia revenue. Itaenda kwa crop. So this one is, it will be a sale. It is maize under relevant account. Specific. Let me go to specific crop account or department. For department. Then drawing that amount, the 1080. Drawing to the soft statement of financial position. I'm done. I go to the other item. Milk delivered to relatives hotel. Milk delivered to relative hotel. Hiyo itakuwa nini? Milk delivered to relative hotel. Milk delivered to relative. Debit drawing. Relative. This is a relative. Okay. It will be one tofauti, right? Tofauti kidogo tu. Yes, it's a sale. It will be the sale to that livestock account. Sale. This is how much? Where is that item? 4320. 43. Milk delivered to relative hotel. Hii ni expense, general expense. So tutakuwa na inajiita 4320. Tutakuwa na, yes, it's a sale to the specific livestock account, of course, specific department. And then it will be an expense to the general, hiyo itaenda general income statement. General income statement. It will be a sale to the livestock department, and then on the other side, it will be an expense to the general income statement. Now we go to number 2. Manure valued at 600 was removed from the cow shed and used. So manure. So this is number 3. Manure. Hii manure ni valued at 600. So two things are involved. This manure inatoka kwa cow shed, inapelekwa kwa crop. Crop itachukua kama purchase. So na hawa watachukua kama nini? The livestock department. It's a sale to livestock department. So the sales ita increase. Na hawa watachukua kama purchase. To what? The crop. Purchase to the crop department. That is very nice. That manure, we done. We go to the other item. The other item we are told of maize stock. Number 4, maize stock. We done with this. Maize stock. So for the maize stock is 1500. 1500. How do we treat that? The same, vice versa. Sales to crop wanauza, crop department. And on the other hand is the purchase to the livestock department. Hii ni muhimu sana. Ukishafanya hivyo, you done with the question. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much. Now let's prepare very fast the accounts here. And we said you can combine those accounts or you can separate them. The revenue account, you can combine them, you can separate them. Revenue account. So livestock, ama niseme crop and livestock. Let me say livestock and crop revenue account. Livestock and crop revenue account. Great. We combine them, but you can as well separate them. But for exam purpose, we need to combine these things so that we can do them concurrently. So in this case, I'll be having 2 accounts here. Livestock account. Of course, you shall be having details. Livestock account. Livestock revenue account, and this side you shall be having details and crop account. Crop account, putting a line with the use of great help. Great. So I want to have a demarcation here. Have a demarcation there. So that when I deal with the livestock, I'm dealing with the livestock. So I can have 2 accounts, 2 columns here for that. The same case, I can have 2 columns here for that. Well, each has debit and credit. So my shillings here in 1,000. Great. I gave you people the format for coming up with the account, the revenue account. And the format was, we start with the sales, that's cost of sale, and then we get the gross profit of cost, and then you less specific expenses. Now that's what we're going to do here. And because these items meaning is sales, and livestock account, what are the sales that we're having? Just be very specific here. And look at this exact thing that we're dealing with under livestock. Milk, thank you so much. So tunaangalia mahali tuna sales. Milk, naona milk. Tuziweke zote and then tutazi record. Tuko na milk. Tuko na dry maize hapana. So dry maize itakuja huko. Allow me not to repeat sales. We know that we are dealing with sales. Dry maize. So concurrently, kumaliza hii maneno once. Concurrently. Then green maize. still kule, hapa tuko na daily. I have to check that. Daily cattle. Green maize, this side, right? Green maize. We'll use a green maize. Then on the other side, tuko na nini? Manure. This is very nice. Any other? Remember tumeanza na kuangalia our trial balance, right? We've started with our trial balance. Now, am I done with the sales? I want to get this from you people. Am I done with the sales? Yes or no? Aha, Maggie is telling me no. Yes, it's a no because there are some adjustments for the specific account. Maize stock. So if I look at these are say 1500. So under my crop, niko na maize stock. Thank you so much. Maize stock. Thank you so much. Then under my livestock, niko na sale pia 600. Manure. Oh, I have another manure 2. Allow me to put it as a manure 2 because now that is it. So here I have 600 and adjust them here on the other side. No worries. Remember, I will be subtracting other items here. So let me have them 600. Aha, hii manure ingine ni ngapi? Hii manure ingine ni ngapi sasa? Hii manure ingine ni ngapi? Somebody 3000, right? 3000. Hii manure ingine naona 3000 hapo. If I'm not wrong. Aha. Milk ni 27360, right? 27360. And then we go to daily maize. Pana. Dry maize, green maize, daily cattle 8100. Niangalieni kama hizo ziko sawa hivyo. Milk adjusted. Ngoja kidogo. Magi anasema namna gani? Milk. Acha tuone kama milk ina sales specific. Milk as well. We have 4320. Yes, sale to the specific departments. Sales to the milk 2. 4320. Thank you so much. Yes. Then we go to the other side. Maize stock. Hapa tuko na maize stock ya 1500. It's a sale. 1500. Then we look at the dry maize. Dry maize ni ngapi? 36. Na green ni 11340. 36. Is it 1000? Yes, 36,000 and 11340. Any other item that tunabakisha? Any other item remaining with here? Maize adjusted. Maize stock, maize stock sawa? Okay. Yes. Maize 2. Oh. Maize consumed 2. Yes, that is true. 1080. Hizi items ni mingi sana Any other item tumebakisha yenye hatuja adjust ama tuko sawa sasa Any other item? Sioni kama kuna item tumebakisha hapa. I think that is it. Hizo our what? Our sales. Total sales. Let's pata total. Then we less cost of sale. Less cost of sale. Patia total pale. Less cost of sale. So cost of sale ni opening inventory. Add purchases. less closing. Before we add, I think we shall be, tutakuwa tukijumuisha zote pamoja. Tukijumuisha zote pamoja. So if I look at my opening inventory, dry cattle 54,900. Dry cattle 54,900. That is dry cattle. Tuko na openings ziko mingi. So we have to highlight them. Ziko kadhaa. Have to highlight all of them. So maize growing sour, dairy cattle feed. Hiyo tunapewa ngapi? Dairy cattle feed ngapi? Just check 2520. Na tuko kwa opening, right? Kwa opening. So done with that. We go to add purchases. So tunaangalia kwa trial balance the purchases dairy cattle, and then fertilizer for Napier grass. Dairy cattle nikiangalia ni how much? 10 for 40. 10 for 40, and then fertilizer for Napier grass. Allow me to abbreviate that. Hii ni 4,000. Lakini sasa under purchases kuna some purchases hapa. Here we consider that we purchased maize stock. Livestock consider that they purchased maize stock. Purchase on maize stock of maize stock worth 1,500. Any other item? For dairy cattle feed. Dairy cattle feeds. Lydia anaona dairy cattle feed. Dairy cattle feed ni ngapi? Okay, dairy cattle feed. We have an item there. Is it 1620 or 6120? Dairy cattle feed. Somebody. Is this 6120 or 1620? Ella of dairy cattle feed. Thank you. So dairy cattle feed. Kwani zilikuwa mbili? Dairy cattle. Ilikuwa dairy cattle peke yake, and then dairy cattle feed. Dairy cattle feed under purchase. Iko under purchase. Cattle. Under purchase, we have dairy cattle. Okay, 3,000. Where is the 3,000? You people, these things, 1040. That's okay. Dairy cattle feed. Yeah, dairy cattle feed was purchased 6120. 6120. Yeah, 6120. Now, class, I can see our time inaisha. After Napier grass, the purchase of maize stock. He purchase, yeah. Purchase of maize stock 1,500. So we shall be picking this from that point. But a bright student can proceed and check the format and then proceed with this. Using the assignment book, you can proceed this and see whether you're going to get the profit. See whether you're going to get the revenue. We shall proceed tomorrow from that point. So otherwise, let's have a blessed day. We cannot proceed because our time is up. So go and attempt to get the revenue using your practice book.